Let's start a session first with a 15-minute meditation, and then we'll begin the story time. Um, so welcome everyone to the class. Now, as usual, let's start out by setting a mindset, our goal, intention for this practice. We are here not to make, but to allow the natural engine of the mind to clean itself from all the troubling thought and emotion. And we can do that simply by bringing our mind back toward ourselves. Take a few deep breaths, the one that you're comfortable with, just to then reconnect back with your body. Whenever awareness arrives, like right now, the mind become bright. Good energy is now being pulled up. The mind is now cleaning out the pollution, the things that make our mind busy and chaotic. Because the engine is already running. And the key here is to be mindful. We can then focus on our enjoyment and our relaxation. That's why we'll begin by releasing and letting go different parts of our body, releasing and letting go the tension or the pollution in different part of our body. We can do it slowly and gently, starting from the top of our head. Go up there with gentleness, with the intention to relax, intention to allow the body to relax, not push. Release the muscle from the top of your head and move down toward your forehead, down toward your eyebrows. What we want to be mindful of is the reaction when tension are noticed, release, and relaxation arises in different part of our body. Move down to our eyes and the areas around that, down to our nose, our mouth, and our chin. Expand your awareness backwards to cover your cheeks. Expand to cover your ears. And feel expand to cover your entire face and your head. Make your head and your face feel light and nice. That we are not pushing but allowing the body to readjust. Feel the tension release and happiness arise. Right now, be content. Be happy with what you have. Appreciate the little things. And before we say goodbye to this area, a very important step is to put a smile on our face. It's okay if you're new, you're not used to it. but try it out. We all invite you to do so and feel the reaction, even if it's just a small wiggle at the edge of your lips. We want to have the attitude of helping ourselves, helping our mind, always looking for and welcoming opportunities and happiness with ourselves. Get in a habit of releasing and letting go of all the pollution, the tension. And as we move down toward our neck and our shoulders, think of it as a gift to yourself. When you allow the body to relax, you are bringing yourself happiness from the release of tension, the habit of giving, of caring. Move down toward your arms, forearm, until the tips of your fingers. Place your palm comfortably where you want it to be. Make it feel like a home, a place where it feels at home. Bring our attention back to our chest and take a gentle breath just to expand the chest and release all the muscle. Let's move back to our upper back, below our shoulders, behind our chest, and move down toward our torso, down toward our belly and our lower back. And finally, stopping at our waist, where we would then zoom out. As you zoom out, make yourself feel expansive. Now moving backward, wider and wider to take a big overview of your upper body. Adjust your entire upper body to make sure that it is in a comfortable position. All the circulation are smooth, are helping, not hindering. We move back to our waist and go lower toward our hips and our thighs. Release and relax. Down toward our knees, our calves, our feet, until the tips of our toes. Your body is a gold mine of happiness. If you know where to look and learn to appreciate these pockets of happiness, you don't have to look far, but have to be able to be thorough and notice them, mindful of them. Take a moment to zoom out, like being picked up and lift out, up, lift up, to see the wider picture of your lower body. Adjust your lower body to make sure that it is in a comfortable position, helping your body circulate the blood comfortably, making your lower body feel at home. No? And then we will expand the feeling, zoom out even further to look at our entire body as one beautiful object, one unit. It might not feel the best, but appreciate. You'll notice the soft gentleness that begins at 1%, 2 or 3%. As you look through your entire body, whenever you relax, notice the pockets of tension that remains. Appreciate every happiness that arises. We live our life appreciating what we have. In Buddhism, the monks always teach that there are two types of poor people: those who really do not have food or money, shelter, clothing, medicine, and those who have but are never enough. These two people are not so different from one another. Poor meaning without, meaning lacking. But if we say that this is enough, this is okay, then we are full. We will get what we want because what we want is what we have. The small bit of satisfaction, contentment is the beginning of our practice. Your body and your mind, now beautiful, rested, will continue to help you deal with the pollution, the chaos, bringing you to happier and happier state of mind. So let go, okay? Release and let go of everything in your mind and in your body. Make yourself feel light, enjoyable, until it is time for us to enjoy today's session. Now that we have given time for our mind to cure and heal itself, whenever we are ready, we can gently and softly open up our eyes. All right, welcome everyone to the second installment of um, the lesson that I learned in the past. So today will be the second episode. Um, Last class or yesterday, if you missed it, I'll try to upload it as quickly as possible. But we went through the first few months after I 2 years ago when I ordained as a monk and study under my teacher, or when I first my teacher, and how the lesson that I learned from meditation, what are the takeaways, so on and so forth. But for today, I want to focus on what happened afterward. After I was able to, sorry, that sound closing the curtains. I was able to um, get the three valuable teachings or learnings. The first one I want to summarize um, is about the simplicity and easiness of meditation. I start off by just knowing clearly of what's going on all the time. That's all. Regardless of whatever is it I'm experiencing. Good, bad, it doesn't really matter. I just aware and do that all the time. And from that simple thing and nothing more than that have helped me to become someone who have a routine of meditating 8 to 10 hours straight every day. It have helped me to move from a person who meditate maximum 45 minutes per day toward that just by nothing but that golden motto that I have, that catchphrase that my teacher taught me. And it's always one of the things I always go back to. It's the fact that being aware all the time without skipping a beat. That's it. Nothing more than that. Have helped me so much. That's number one. Number two is about how with determination I was able to achieve a point where I was aware all the time. Not only even during meditation, but in days where I don't meditate at all, but aware 24/7. I have became natural and automatic. It took me 5 days of rigorous training, but the lesson from there is the fact that after achieving it, I have lost the ability 2 days later. Where my teacher congratulated me, not for losing it, but for learning a lesson that if you want to achieve it, you can. Just do what you need to do, like you have been doing rigorously for the past 5 days. But when you achieve it, then what? It is as if you got a trophy and just put it on a shelf somewhere. Then you sit there, uh, forgetting about it. A valuable lesson about building up a habit to make sure that it is those habits that becomes your foundation that will be there to catch you if you fall. It is a foundation that you need to move to the next level. It is a foundation that will catch you if you fall back down, so that you don't go back to zero, but maybe go back to step one, step two, three, four, or five. Now, whatever, depending on how strong that foundation was. And the third lesson was, no, I forgot. I forgot. Lesson was, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. I summarized it last time. But anyway, uh, so after that, after 5 months or 4 to 5 after meeting my teacher, um, I then began to be involved with a ordination program for 1 year, where similar to Pape meditation retreat, I was not far from it, like in the next to a village. Also, helping to ordain foreigners who wish to become a monk for 1 year. At the time, my focus now moved away from meditation in and out of session, because the first 4 months was all about that and all the lesson I learned. The next part is about improving my knowledge and understanding so that I can get to a next level. People say that to achieve beautiful things, uh, that determination or that motivation is not enough. You might have the force to push through, but you need a coach who will teach you how to make it easy, who can teach you the ways toward greatness. It is something that have to be paired with wisdom and determination, have to be paired together. You will see that around the world, uh, high achievers or those who want to achieve a lot, many of them, all of them already have that push, that motivation and passion. But what they lack is the know-how, the knowledge. Me being a monk who was proficient in English, proficient in Thai language, spoken Thai language, and also the languages in Buddhism, I was the ideal person to translate the teaching and the experiences of my teacher, who was a monk for 27 years now, who studied under um, the the great teacher that the temple that we are with really respect. So for today, I'll be sharing about the mistake that relates to wisdom or studying, whereas the yesterday's one is about just practicing. When I was there, the schedule for me was after breakfast, after lunch, evening, late night, 4 times a day where I have to translate, because my teacher would want to teach the new foreign monks. No matter who they are, he wants to teach. And I was there every day, translating for at least 6 to 8 hours every day, non-stop, for that year. And because it's such a foreign concept for foreigners, of course, and also people come and go. The main thing that I translate about is just the core teaching or the opening, the few lesson, instead of the whole curriculum. And for many people now that I've, you know, fortunately my teacher allowed me to teach, I come to the other side of student to quote unquote teacher, then I was able to understand the difference between me back then and then those who study right now. For me back then, it is because what the teaching is come together with your meditation experience. Meaning the foundation that I created or we are creating right now with our meditation, it is something that enriches those meditation and understanding because of the meaning and understanding behind it. So when I spend those 6 to 8 hours translating, what I was actually doing wasn't translating, but rather teaching in English. Meditation is something unique because it's something that is intangible. You can't see it, you can't touch it. But unlike your eyes, unlike the thing around us that we can learn from, we can see, learn from seeing, tasting, touching, smelling, hearing. But this one, learn from feeling and attaining, going through the inner experience. So when my teacher taught in Thai, I'll take a moment and ask myself, I know what he's saying because going through all of that, I now understand the meaning behind those words. But how can I then say it in English to make people connect with it? That allows me to enrich the practices that I have. It is not different than when we came across literature, movie, or music that really touch us, that we are able to really, it speaks to us. And the reason that those things spoke to us when we come in contact with it is in the detail. It's that meticulous, it's that attention to detail that we can only know of if we're there. We can only know of if we've gone through it. And when we hear someone saying the same thing and we say, that is right now. You're speaking my language. He know what he's talking about or she knows what she's talking about. Because they have that context, that detail. Meaning that although meditation is something that experience that we can't see yet because it's still dark when we close our eyes, but we can understand it as if we have seen it with our own eyes. Allowing myself to explain away what's happening at every moment, able to connect words and stories and explanation with real life experiences through meditation. And every day, although teaching the same few basic thing again and again, but every class, every translation session is different. Because if you take the time to come back and ponder, rethink, look back, reflect again and again and again, you are able to dig so much deeper and get to the true meaning or true experiences of what it is. The term I use to translate the teaching of Buddhism changes over time as my vocabulary refined in accordance to my own meditation. For example, when we study mathematics, science, or play sports or music, have you ever wondered why some teachers are very, very picky? You want to be like this, have you like that? The reason they are picky is because for them who've been through is on the field, been through the craft for a decade, for them, those things that they're picky about, it have, they are able to see the significant behind a thing that we can't see any significant in. That's why we think it's picky, but for them, it is a huge deal. Because they understand this small thing in a grand scheme of things is how vital it was. So my learning in the first in the 1 year after that I start to translate for my teacher is the fact that every teaching never stop at the face value. The wording might be the same. You hear the same word. I hear the same word like millions time already. For the past 3 years, my teacher taught the same thing. I heard this word and been repeating those words for millions of time, but it never have the same meaning. Become more profound, become more amazing. Just like how as we go through life, and some point in our life we finally get the teaching that our parents, our teachers used to warn us all the time. We get the meaning behind it. We get the feeling behind it. And that same word, same pronunciation have a whole different meaning to you, different impact to you. And as you grow older and older and see that what they spoke of is true and true and true, that simple motto or simple catchphrase becomes something that only you who understand or who gone through it can feel and touch the essence behind those saying and those words. That's why when it comes to studying, the metric that I use and my teacher advised me to use is to ask myself, same word, same teaching, but how do you understand it this time? Have you improved on the same thing? Have the same teaching changed you in any way? I cannot believe that one simple phrase have changed me color of time. The same word, same phrase. My teacher don't say much. He said the same thing. But my God, those few phrases changed me again and again and again. Because every time you go through it and realize what what he's actually saying, then you get the new meaning behind the new meaning, new meaning. Many readers will understand this feeling a lot when they read the book for the first time and reread it again for a second time, for a third time, for the fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, and they see that wow, nah, this book is really, really deep. The book remain the same amount of chapters, same amount of pages and letters in it. But my God, the understanding seemingly is unlimited. The more you read, the more you get out of it. Or when you live by a motto or a mantra, it changes meaning over time. Changed by this is one amazing thing about studying in this way is the fact that we are able to extract unlimited knowledge and wisdom from a finite, infinite wisdom from a finite pool of information. The book, the teaching is finite. And you can write it. Now, Buddhism only have 90 books. The book that you love so much only has so many pages, but the wisdom out of it is infinity. It really depends on how far you can take it and go with it. So that's why for me, in those years, I never get bored because it's always a different teaching. Mm. So therefore, when it comes to us about what we're learning, what we're studying, if you feel like, okay, nah, that's it. Nah, I heard it once and I got it, means that you don't get it. Uh, You get it. You only get what you got is the tip of the iceberg. That's what you got. Yes, you got it. Very good, but only the tip. But what you didn't get is the humongous block of ice that remains underneath. The secret toward Uncovering those icebergs is to keep on thinking, keep on holding that question, reflecting, contemplating back and forth on the learning, the teaching that you got. That's like how you really reread the book over and over and over again. Or when you want to understand what, for example, uh, we all have been there before, I believe, where it's like when someone told us something, they told us with a set of words, but we wanted to find the meaning behind those words. What is it that they actually telling me? Something like that. Now, the true meaning or true essence will only be uncovered if we give enough time for our mind to polish those knowledges. That for me, for the year that I was transiting my teacher, a time where I rarely have any time to meditate, become my object, the thing that I become mindful of. All that is fine and dandy until I discovered my first mistake of stagnation. You'll find this throughout your practice and your learning too, where sure, in the first few months, you are able to grow and grow and grow to a point where you feel proud of yourself. The point where you feel like, you know what? I'm not a nobody, I'm a somebody now. No, I'm a somebody, not a nobody. And then you keep on utilizing the same tools and understanding that you have attained a few months back. Or believing that I've got it, but fail to realize that although I have reached the peak of a small hill, but not the peak of the largest hill yet. But I'm just proud of being in the peak of the small hill. Where's my improvement? Where's my growth? Although high, but still stagnant. Stagnation here doesn't mean, uh, that's what I learned early on. Stagnation is not exclusive to being on the floor or on the base level. Stagnation just means that there's no upward or downward. That's it. You can be up here, really high up, but if you remain up here for long, it means you're stagnating. Even though you're high up, way high above other people else, you got there, but you're stagnant. It took me many months for my teacher to tell me you're stagnant. Same words, same anything, but where's your improvement? Where's your new understanding? Where's your new awe or aha moment? You have none of it. In this teaching, when you think that you know, when you think that you stop becoming a student, when you become a teacher or you think that you know, you stop becoming a student. The learning mode become turn off. Learning mode is off, using mode turn on. And it's something that still, even to this day, still battling with that stagnation. Every day, oh, this where yesterday's lesson, I now finally remember what was it. For yesterday's, the third one, the summary, is is about meditation, is to be able to recognize small improvement. When you meditate, I share that it took me 8 to 10 hours of meditation straight every day for 2 months to feel some sort of happiness. But for the first 2 months, it's all pain and excruciation from meditation. But what kept me there is that my teacher point to me, helped me point to the fact that I'm improving. I'm able to sit longer. I'm able to deal with situation better. I'm able to endure a bit better, able to fix my view, my mindset about problem, obstacle, and pain that I go through. These are improvements that build you up, not happiness. Happiness, you get there anyway. My teacher told me. Uh, if he told me that it would take me 8 hours per day for 2 months, then I might have quit. But he encouraged me just by helping me point to the small improvement every day, every day. For me, that is where happiness is, that I'm getting to where I want to be. Now, that one, when we take that from our meditation, we should also take that from our teaching and also wisdom too. Have I been able to explain this concept easier or not? Has I able to then summarize a whole page, a whole book of Buddhism into a small phrase or not? Or something like that. And I think that's too grand, but now where's my improvement on that front? Same with meditation, had to be same with wisdom too. And the ultimate test, and this is where my teachers start to allow me to share and teach, is the fact that if I can't teach other people, is it right to say that I have got it, wise and knowledgeable or not? If I can't teach other people, meaning teaching other people doesn't mean the human. Teaching other people is to teach other people's mind. If you can't teach other people's mind, then you can't teach your own mind. The word that, why is that? Because everyone is just an expression of their mind. Their speech, their action is colored by us. That comes from the mind. Thought emotion is the master. The mind is the master to the body. The expression reflects their mind. That's why kids are very expressive. They have no filter. However their mind is, they are like that. But as adults, we become more mature and more knowledgeable. But those knowledge and ideas and values also shape uh, our speech, our action. So if you can't help people change in a meaningful way, their thought, their action, means that you can't help yourself too. Just like how we read a book. If this book can help your friend, then this book can help you, this book can help his friend. A book is not a person, a book is a limited amount of information. But because they are able to teach the mind in a very beautiful way, for the right person to read that book, their life will change. If a book can change people's life, but you can't, then there must be something wrong with you. This is where he then tell me to go teach, go share, so that instead of having me talking for my teacher here to tell you what's wrong with you, you will then know what's wrong with you by yourself. When you say something, or when people ask a question and you give an answer and they still have the question mark right there on their face, it means that you haven't got it. If you can't solve their problem, how can you solve your problem? You use your mind to solve other people's problem. If you can't do that, then your mind is not enough to solve your problem too. And so these are the the main thing about wisdom. Is about that stagnation. To improve in that, we have to find a way to help us see our blind spot. Many people are scared to know that they are not perfect. For some people, when we talk about some concept in Buddhism, like instinct or otherwise, they are so scared that, oh, there's a bad something inside of me. Oh, there's something negative inside of me. As if those bad things are them. As if those negative things are who they are. It's not who they are. Those things, we see those things as reality that they exist. But the question is, what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna use those things to pull you down, or are you gonna use those things to propel you or trampoline you up to the next level? Everything around us are tools. Both our strengths and our weaknesses are tools. I can use my strength as someone who speaks soft and nice, very cutting his word to break someone's heart. I can really understand how the mind works can really make it hurt. Or I can use my words too to enlighten someone else. My weakness as well. I can I can look at my weakness as a means to pull myself down, or see, hey, like a good salesman or marketer, how can I sell this? How can I make this seemingly dirty things into something valuable? Turning crises into opportunities. By seeing my blind spot, either by my own self-discovery or by testing on other people, it helped me better against stagnation. Now, incident happened, I can't answer a question. Now is the time for me to take that incident and bring it to my teacher and ask him, why? What did I miss? What should be answered? That is how I found my way to grow, to learn once again. In the last class, I shared that after I was after I was able to achieve like 3 months of like a straight routine of 8 to 10 hours straight meditation, I was then invited to translate uh, Buddhist teaching to a friend of mine, a foreign friend of mine. At that time, I don't know him yet, but now we are friends. For 6 weeks straight, 6 to 8 hours of straight translation. So at the time, combined with 1 year of translation, I feel like I've known everything already. No more. The ceiling for me was set, the glass ceiling that I don't see. But with this, I was able to grow. All of this said, the mistake of not realizing that I'm stuck, the mistake of sometimes believing that I'm already there, the mistake of not always putting myself as a student, but sometimes as a teacher, as someone who knows already. These are is what hindered me from my progression in wisdom, understanding. I'm not able to also keep myself accountable by checking how I improved today in my knowledge understanding. All of this combined with yesterday's class about meditation. Why is it that what helped me to go through all this journey is the fact that at that time I have a goal. I have a goal that in my life there are only 3 people that's important to me. I don't have a lot of friends, a lot of people too. I don't know anyone. I like to be by myself. So I know at the time of my mom, my dad, and my partner, only 3 person. Uh, these individuals are changed my life, always help me. So therefore, if there's one thing I want to do in my life is to pay them back. They deserve to give this kind of life to me. They deserve everything. So that's why the urge, the motivation to meditate, to get that 10 to 8 hours straight per day, the the motivation to study everything that there is, push me going. And I learned afterward from my teacher, or why I said that these are 2 things that we all should do. Practicing meditation, or striving for purity, and the second one, striving for wisdom. It's because he told me, if you were to look around you and summarize all the things that stop you from moving forward, the thing that people cannot summarize because they say that, you know, there are trillions of things that stop them from moving forward. their friend, their family, their business, their everything, upbringing, class, culture, money. Nah. Because they can't summarize, they can't begin to. They can't begin to. They can't. They don't know where to begin to fix it because there's so many problems, so many things. But he told me that actually there's two, and the Buddha summarized it. Problem are the questions that we cannot solve. Every day we face a problem, family, friend, about work, about study, or meditation. Problems requires answers. We look for them, we ask for them, we think for them. Those are wisdom here. Because it requires answers, we need to be wise. We need to approach the one who knows the answer to become that person or to find that person. Because when you have problem in your life, uh, if you can't think of an answer, because how can you? If you can, then there won't be any problem. Then you can easily just ask someone who does. Go to a library, go to Google, go to your friend family. Just find the one who knows. Not in the outside or in the inside of you. Then your life is a lot easier. But that's not the end of it. Not only that we are troubled by problem, but we also are troubled by our obstacle too. Where we know what it is that we are stuck with, but we are stuck. Nah. No one have told me what my issue is. I know what my issue is, but I just don't know. Or I just can't get over them. I know that I have to run, but I can't run. I'm lazy. I know that I have to do push up. I can't do it. I know that I have to write this paper, but I can't write it because blah blah blah. Right? At those time when don't have the capability, then you find someone who's capable. Again, outside people. Now, those with authority, with power, with money, with anything. Those who have the power to help you overcome the obstacle. And throughout our life, our parents was the one who knows for us, the one who's capable for us when we're young. When we go to school, our teachers was the one who knows and capable. When we go to work, our employer was the one who knows and capable. Yeah. Even world readers, if they want to understand the world, they ask an expert. If they want to enforce a law, if they have the authority, they would. But if they don't, then they will rally the Congress or the people to make that. Now, wherever the power is, the president appeal to that power to get things done. So, if we are able to identify who is the one who knows, who is the one who's capable, learn about them, know and when know the expertise and how to utilize it, life become easy. But of course, we want to build that for ourselves too. Now we want to also you as want to become the one who knows us capable. That's why we have to have to share about how to be capable in your practice, meditation practice, because meditation practice is the one that bring up purity, allowing the mind to be capable, be efficient, to solve, to be able to then maneuver the body beautifully, not being bogged down by stress, anxiety, guilt, shame, chaos, and other things like that. Able to keep you at top shape, top form. I give you the strength and motivation to push through life and go forward. Now today about wisdom, to help you solve problem, to help you grow and grow and grow, become more wise. These two things, if practice until you attain, you get there. There's many level of attainment. That the journey is uh, there are many stages to the journey. When you have conquered the top of one hill, there'll be another hill waiting for you to conquer, a taller one. When that happens, then you can then start to not only be the refuge for yourself, able to stand tall, stand firm, become confident in who you are. No longer scared of whatever problem or obstacle that faces you because you are the one who knows who's capable. Now your life become easy, happy. Now what remains is for you to become refuge for other people. And your friend, your family, even if you feel like you're not that person, but they still come for you because when anyone face suffering that they have to endure and that's difficult to endure, they will look for someone for help. And who would they look for if not the friend and family that is closest to them? Someone that they can reach out to with limited strength that they have at that time. We are, might not now, but some way down the line, uh, we sometimes will need to rely on ourselves, but other also sometimes will need to rely on us. But if we are not there yet, are not the one who's wise, who's capable, and it might be that when opportunity come, then we can't deliver. Before we go to meditation, I want to end this piece off with one more understanding, where many people feel like, "Oh, am I ready? Oh, am I wise enough to help to lead?" Now, yes, you are. Now look back when you're in school, when you're studying, and you're just doing the project with your friend next to you in like a group project, and you're able to solve something that your friend can't solve. What happened to you at that time? You become a refuge for those guys. Hey, can you solve the homework? Not copy your homework, but can you teach me about this theory or this project or whatever it is? How do you do it? You become a teacher to them. Now, although you're still learning together with them, but you are a teacher to them. You are a teacher because you have achieved and attained something that people want to get to. You understand how you did it, how it got you there. So you became a teacher for that thing at that level. Uh, so for those who feel like they're not there yet, yes, you're not there. Not there, meaning not at the place where you think that you must be. If you think that you must be like a monk or like your teacher or your masters or someone that you aspire to be, no, you're not there yet. But doesn't mean that you're not anywhere. You're somewhere. You are at the place where you have attained, have achieved, where that is enough to help those who want to get to where you are right now. You'll be a teacher to them, but a teacher can never stop studying because if your friend family catch up to you and you have nothing more to offer, then they have to look for new person. Is that right? Not only that, but when you become stagnant and there are still mountains and mountain of problem obstacles who faces you every day, new weird experiences and new challenges that face you, do you have enough updated arsenal, wisdom capability to tackle that? Now, so therefore, everyone here is already there at a level, a place that they are right now, and able to teach people that place. Now, the rest is just about improving. That's all. Mm. We will then to know exactly what we need to learn, what we need to practice on, is to figure that out either by yourself or asking someone. That's why if you wish to grow, find a student. That student can be yourself, should be yourself first. Yourself should be your own teacher, your own student, and also other people too. Don't teach, share. What do you learn today? What do you discover? Write a blog. If there's no one to talk to, just write something. Post it online or wherever it is. Don't have to care who's there to listen or you're not. Just have to teach or write it down. Get in the habit of a sharer, of a teacher, because these are things that will help you grow, help you be in habit. Now start now, don't start when you're there. I start when I have no idea what I'm doing too. Even my teacher told me that I haven't got it yet. I can't answer many questions, but he just bring me to in front of people back at by meditation, just sat me there and tell me, okay, teach now. He just walked back his room. And so I have to find me to survive. So now that I'm here today, I start off by having no idea what to say in front of 15 foreigners who just listen to me because they think that as a monk sitting in front of a class, he might have something great to say. But little do they know that I'm pulling things out of my butt at that time. So yeah, but at least I have uh gone through a few of teaching. It's just that I have never have opportunity to really put in practice. So I know. Yeah. So I hope that that helps. That's my story about wisdom. And there's, I think there's a few more chapters to it, but we'll see. Now, so to summarize about the mistake I make, number one, the most important one is I am not wise, not capable. Uh, Never ever think that you know. Always put become a student. Always know that every second, if you have the mindset to learn and to understand, then you will learn and understand. But if you stop having that mindset, you will stop learning and understanding. You'll be stagnant right away. That was my biggest, and still to this day, the mistake that I still have and hold. Number two is to help with that, come back and reflect what did I learn today? How much did I learn? If I didn't learn anything new, then make things easier. Have I understand more than that? And the third one is to start your career. Even if you don't want to teach other people, but you can't run away from the fact that you have to teach yourself. When you're independent, you're alone, then you will be your own refuge. But if you're not that guy, then you'll be doomed. But you'll be that guy or that girl. All right. Lastly, the fourth lesson, not a mistake, but a thing that I skim on doing sometimes is to contemplate on what I learn, back and forth, always in study mode. And no matter what I'm doing, eating, chanting, showering, or otherwise, always in learning mode. Always, uh, even if there's no new teaching, go back to the old one and see have is there something new that I missed now or something like that. All right. Mm, okay. So thank you and everyone very much for listening to uh me sharing and babbling for the past hour. Does anyone have any questions? All right. Now, thank you everyone very
I have
much.
one.
Oh yes, Leo.
Hi. Um, I was wondering about the third lesson you talked about teaching, like even if you're not ready to teach, and even if you're just teaching to yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
To become your own refuge. And so that got me wondering, is the ultimate goal to rely solely on yourself and not to rely on others? And like
Oh,
if you're on your own main refuge and safe haven, yeah, is it like to just in the end, if you're alone, you're fine no matter what, and not having to rely on friends, family, or even your teacher?
mm. In this journey, we will always have to rely on something all the time. There's no point where we will not rely on anything. Even the Buddha who become enlightened acknowledged that in every life, a life cannot live without respect. And this is a virtue that every being must hold, a beautiful virtue of respect. But who should he respect? Becoming Buddha himself. Now looking through all the possibilities, now from the highest to the lowest, left to right, in this world and beyond, found that no one is above, not virtue above him. but still cannot live without respect, he said. So after more contemplation, he then decided, oh, the teaching, Dhamma, the tools that he used to got him to where he was. Because of that, that is what he should respect. It is a tool that he used to get to where he is. It's a tool that help other people attain enlightenment just like he did. He always have respect in that. For us, we want to learn, understand, improve. All depend on our goal. For some who find that their life had to face problem and obstacle every day. If I have beautiful friend and family around me, that's great. Uh, That's very good. And if we have them, we can rely on them. They'll be very happy that we rely on them too if they're a kind person. Just like us. If someone want to ask us for help, we are very happy to help. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we cannot forget that when we journey on this path, ultimately you are by your own because you're always with yourself. You're by your own. So that's why when that possibility exists, we also want to make sure that we are able to stand on our own 2 feet. Not like a parent bring up their child. If they don't bring it up just for the fact that just by, want to abandon them when 18, not like that. No. A parent will love their kids to death or a guardian, but they want them to stand tall too because one day they might be in a position where they are all alone. Mm. And to then do like that. But but for many people, they just want to be independent because they don't know happy by themselves, and that's okay. But for those who have a loftier goal, they say that I want to be independent. I want to stand tall on my own 2 feet, not only for myself because I love and care for myself, but also from my friend and family around me too. If I was able to crack the code on how to achieve and attain, and have able to then reach the finish line first before my friend and my family. Now that your goal or your main thing is complete, yourself complete, the only thing that's left is other people. So that's why, not for the benefit of yourself and other people, we should always practice and study, mm, so that we are always ready, happy, wise, and capable in all situations, alone or with a friend, uh, helping help yourself or helping other people. We are able to satisfy every every single situation. So it's like because we see that, that's why we should do like that. There's one situation where I want to bring up. Have you ever seen someone who have amazing friend, amazing family, amazing partner? Their life have so many beautiful people around them, but no one can help him or her. If no one outside can help him or herself, then the only person that can help the guy or the girl is that person. So because of that, we have to be ready ourselves to